Yes.
The babies.
Hello, everyone. It's Alicia Hurt here, and I am here to talk about what is yoni steaming. Today's topic is yoni steaming for clearing common infections and wound wellness. So I am the executive director and visionary for I See My Baby, and we have a women's wellness center in Bainbridge, Georgia, our very first brick and mortar. And we support women holistically navigating infertility, a lack of faith, and depression, which came from my personal journey overcoming. And so we have devoted a whole entire nonprofit to supporting you and helping you understand that you are not alone in navigating your journey. And so yoni steaming is one holistic method that we use to support you in overcoming infertility, meaning get pregnant. Also, if you're saying, hey, I don't want to get pregnant, but you may have some common infections or you need some wound wellness, it can help you as well. After you have your baby, it also supports you in tightening up your uterine walls and helping you to detox your womb fully. If you're going through period, which is puberty, to perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, yoni steaming is for you as well. So we have an entire series on what is yoni steaming to give you information that you need to make an informed decision to if yoni steaming is right for you. Yoni steaming is literally herbs that you drink. We use that. We steam it with water. It is non-invasive. We are not medical professionals. We are herbal practitioners. Excuse my son in the background. All right. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. So we'll talk through what it is, how it helps you, and how it helps you to stay grounded. And as you can see in this picture here, it's a blend. You can see some dandelions in there, all kind of good stuff. Some lavender. Again, it is all natural, holistic. So the definition of yoni steaming is called vaginal steaming or bee steaming, and it is the practice of allowing warm herbal steam to gently rise into the vaginal canal and nourish you and cleanse you and revitalize the reproductive system. And it is both physical and a spiritual act of self-care rooted in ancient traditions. And the purpose, again, is to stimulate your blood flow and the circulation in the pelvic region, also to cleanse the uterus and vaginal canal of old residue or imbalance. So for me, I do my yoni steam every month or at least a week before my menstrual cycle, and it helps tremendously. I don't have any period cramps, and my flow and my period is just different. It's a very different experience. So it does reduce the menstrual pain, infections, dryness, or stagnation. And it supports fertility. It helps with postpartum recovery and also hormonal balance. And it helps you to reconnect to your feminine center for emotional healing and grounding. So the scientific perspective of it is that the vaginal, it absorbs herbal steams efficiently due to their pores, right? The tissues that we have. And that warmth, it dilates blood vessels and it helps with your circulation and it helps to detox your vaginal area. And the steam, it carries oils and properties of herbs to affect tissues without needing ingestion, meaning taking anything orally or inserting anything or into the vagina. So modern benefits reported by users of yoni steaming. You have reduced symptoms of bacterial vaginosis, yeast infections, and chronic discharge. It also helps to decrease your menstrual cramps and clotting. And you have shorter, healthier cycles. You have enhanced fertility and preparation for conception. And it helps with emotional release It improves your libido and spiritual connection. So here's an engagement activity for you. You know, we always have something to engage you. You can answer in the chat, you can DM me personally, or you can just think about it. Have you ever tried Yoni steaming before? And what was your experience like? So for me, yes, of course. That is why we've implemented it in the program we have at I See My Baby. And at first I was very apprehensive. I actually steamed with my mother and a good friend of mine to this day. And we joke and laugh about it because we didn't know what we were doing. We just heard about it and we wanted to try it. And then later on in life, I had a party with a group of my friends, and some of them have had it before, majority of them had not. And so it was so interesting. It was funny to just see the looks on their faces and how they adjusted. But I would love to hear about your experiences. And you want to invite any elders or participants with cultural heritage to share their practices as well. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I have a toddler. So sorry. So just think through what your takeaway thought is. With the Yoni steaming, it's not just about the physical. It is about creating sacred space to heal emotionally, to release trauma, and to reconnect with your body's natural rhythm. So whether you're doing it by yourself or in a group, know that the ultimate reason is to create that space of healing and togetherness with your sisters. You know, it's a sisterhood. You guys are reconnecting with your body. You're normalizing taking care of yourself. Self-care is so important. Okay, so common vaginal infections and their root cause. Again, reminder, I am not a medical professional. I am just providing information that is already out there for you. So yeast infections, of course, the symptoms, they're itchy, there's thick white discharge, there's burning. And so causes could be an antibiotic that you're taking, maybe your sugar intake, your hormonal imbalance, stress, all can cause yeast infection. BV, your symptoms would be gray discharge, a strong fishy odor, or discomfort. And the causes behind it is douching, new or multiple sexual partners, or poor hygiene. And then a UTI, it's painful when you urinate. You may feel the urgency to urinate, but then when you try to go, you don't go. And then you have lower belly pain. And the causes of that could be E. coli, it could be dehydration, holding your urine too long, or post-intercourse irritation, or just general vaginal irritation. Some of those symptoms are redness, dryness, itchiness, or inflammation. And causes could be your underwear, tight clothing, or using scented products. And here are some herbs that we would commonly use to treat those things, and we have it broken down. So the condition of the yeast infection, you see the herbs there, and then the action, why we use those herbs, what they're used for. Same for BV, same for UTI, and same for just general irritation. And so when we do our consultation with you, you fill out your paperwork, we ask, you know, what is the reason, the purpose behind your steam? And that helps us to come up with what blend to give you during your session. And then we also highlight some more herbs here that are commonly used. Some are actually on this sheet, but they're more commonly used and why we use them. So you may be sitting there like, oh my goodness. So those herbs actually help with soothing. They're actually anti-inflammatory. Yes, yes, yes. They're actually calming. And most of them we use to even cook with, right? Or we drink that tea to calm us down, and you drink it orally. And you now understand that you can use that for yoni steaming as well. So just to give you a step-by-step yoni steaming process, and we do have previously recorded seminars and sessions that go deeper into what yoni steaming is. But basically, if you're doing it at home, you will boil 6 to 8 cups of purified water. You would add 1 to 2 teaspoons of herbs. You do not need a lot of herbs. And so what she has in the picture is too much. You will be wasting your herbs and you will still get the same result. You're just wasting your herbs. You do not need all of those herbs. Sister girl is really overdoing it. You need 1 to 2 teaspoons of herbs. You will be fine. I promise you. And let it simmer for at least 10 minutes. At the center, we set a timer for 5 to 8 minutes to let ours steep. And then you can transfer it into a bowl or a basin, or you could use a sitz bath. I prefer you not. A lot of people swear by it, but you're a little too close for my taste. And you run the risk of burning yourself, because a yoni steam should not burn. You should just feel the warmth. Just like if you're steaming crabs and things, you see the steam coming up, that's how it's supposed to be. You should not be burning. You shouldn't be feeling discomfort when you're steaming. So you always want to test the temperature. You never want to use essential oils because they are too strong, okay? Too strong, and our vaginal area is very sensitive. And you only steam with organic herbs. And avoid doing it if you are on your period or if you're pregnant. And for reoccurring yeast infections, a 3-day steam protocol can help using the blends that we've shown. But I would strongly suggest talking to a herbal practitioner such as myself at the I See My Baby, so that we can help you and put you on a regimen. We are also working towards giving you supplies to use at home, because I know a lot of women, especially what I found here down south, is they would prefer to do it in the comfort of their own home, which is fine. So we are working on our take-home kits to have that available at the center, so you can continue your self-care, but just in the environment of your home, if you so desire. Okay, so here's some real life scenarios to talk through what we have discussed. So Sarah, she is on post-antibiotic because of a yeast infection. And so she has a history of the yeast infection. So we've given her 3 blends to use, 3 herbs to use. And we're telling her that she needs to steam 2 to 3 times a week for 2 weeks to help remedy that yeast infection. And then once we're able to get it under control, then she can go on a once a month regimen. Yoni steaming is safe to do if you're just doing regular self-care once a week, but if we're trying to tackle a certain concern that you're having, then we will bump it up in order to get that yeast infection away. The same for persistent BV. We would say, hey, partner changes, maybe harsh soaps, foul odor, whatever it is that caused it. We're going to give you this blend, and then we're going to add some suggestions. Cotton underwear, taking a probiotic, right? The food that you're eating, and then we'll put you on a steam regimen as well. The next one, Janelle, postpartum at 6 weeks. I always tell my mom, after 6 weeks, that's my gift to you. Schedule your yoni steam and come on down to the center. And so that way you won't have that emotional overwhelm. You won't have any minor irritation because you're still healing. We want to tighten up the uterine walls and help you to further detox everything that did not come out. And there's the blend that's commonly used. And then also an optional addition is the prayer and the journal. Y'all know, I always talk about prayer and journaling. It goes hand in hand, prayer and journaling, and also counseling and coaching. while you're steaming, because you will find that your creativity, your mind starts to open up, and you want to make sure you capture those moments. All righty, so let's talk about some contradictions and some myths. So when not to steam. So when not to steam. When you're actively bleeding or menstruating, when you're pregnant, when you have open sores or wounds, and if you recently had a pelvic surgery, unless you've been cleared. If you have a vaginal mesh or an IUD, you want to consult your provider. And here are some common myths that we want to debunk. We don't want you thinking this. So, myth, yoni steaming can cure STDs. No. It can reduce inflammation and discomfort, but it does not cure viral or bacterial STDs. You need to go to your doctor. Myth, it's dangerous and causes burns. Only if it is improperly done. And I talked about this in the beginning, where if you're using that sits container over the toilet, that is a for sure way. If it's too hot for you to burn yourself, and it can be dangerous. Myth, steaming is unscientific. Well, herbal medicine is a valid healing system supported by centuries of evidence. So my final thoughts and empowerment to you, yes, to you. Yoni steaming is more than herbal remedy. It is an invitation to deepen your self-awareness, to reclaim your womb wisdom, and honor your body as sacred through consistent practice, education, and intentional living. Women can experience profound healing and renewed connection to themselves. And a key reminder is that you are your best advocate. So you want to learn your body, you want to listen to her whispers, and have small, consistent rituals that lead to big shifts in wellness. Remember, you are not alone, and this journey is one shared by many sisters around the world. And may your womb be well, your heart be light, and your spirit be deeply rooted in your sacred truth. Again, we represent I See My Baby, which is a nonprofit 501c3 located at 310 South Scott Street in Bainbridge, Georgia. We can be reached at info@iseemybaby.org, or you can go to our website. We have a plethora of information at iseemybaby.org. We stand beside every woman facing life's toughest challenges. We provide resources and community necessary to support women through infertility, mental health struggles, and pregnancy. And our mission is to empower women to reclaim their strength and navigate their journey with confidence. And as you can see listed below are some of the programs that we offer to highlight our food program every second and fourth Friday. Again, Yoni steaming on site. We have 6 thrones for you, and you can schedule that through our link. Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment only. We provide doula services, healing retreats, of which we're going to Negril, Jamaica in November. We still have a few slots available for that. Massage therapy, and we provide a community support and safe space. Every Friday, we have addiction recovery groups, and that's not just for drugs. It's anything, food, shopping, you name it, anything in excess. You can come and be supported with a phenomenal group of women. You guys take care, and I thank you for